There's many scriptural warnings. We looked at some in the beginning to warn us, don't become complacent, keep growing. And to overcome it, we deal with temptation. We encourage one another. A lot of people miss the point of church. I spent a lot of early years trying to make people go to church that didn't want to go to church with very limited results. I go from a different standpoint most of the time now. And that is, I want to create an environment and help people create an environment where they want spiritual growth. You see, if you make somebody come and do something they don't want to do, it's like that child, and I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to like it. There may be some benefit in just being there, but long term, that's not going to solve the issue. So we need to develop an atmosphere where we enjoy coming together, where it's a joy when we are with the people of God, where we're looking for opportunities, not looking for minimums. Each one of us has to examine that and think about it and try to encourage to bring out the best. Stir one another to love and good works. Don't just stir one another to make your brother angry. Try to bring out the best. And when people know that, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, it's accepted. Also, as we look at our own personality, which, the interesting thing from the day we're born in this world, we have certain personality traits, and people that work with children, that seen children, seen grandchildren, and others closely, they're everyone unique when they come into the world. And what we need to do is try to bring out the best in other people, learn the different ways they learn, and help them as they help us. Also, we find in Hebrews 6:19 that faith is an anchor of the soul. An anchor is a wonderful thing in a storm. And we have an anchor. We have something to hold on to when storms are blowing through life. And hopefully this isn't your week for storms. But if it is, you've got something to hold on to. Have a new roof on the building. We have a storm coming this afternoon, and no assurance that this new roof will hold the storm. Most likely it will, though, because it was put on well, and there's firm boarding up there. My house, we've got a new roof. I remember being in storms when the roof shook, and I remember a time when the storm basically blew the roof off. We literally had the shingles just flying off, just like paper. And got a storm coming, got a new roof, got new boarding. Could have a problem. Hope is an anchor of the soul. We got things locked down. We're prepared. Still can have tough times in life. But if you've got an anchor and things are tied down, then we're better off. Biblical example of resilience, people like Paul. He just kept on going. No matter how much he was tempted, no matter how many problems he had, he just held in there and remained faithful. His statement in 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 6 through 8, statement that you see, in fact, a portion of that's on my father's grave. I've fought the good fight. I've finished the course. I've kept the faith. Henceforth, there's laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me on that day, and not to me only, but all those who love his appearing. My father died at 42 of leukemia, a horrible disease, and he died a horrible death. But the horrible death that he died of cancer is not what we remember. It's not. He died with full hope and assurance in Jesus Christ. Hope is an anchor of the soul, no matter how bad the storms go in life. And we need to have that resilience as we face life. As we look at fruit and evidence of spiritual maturity, the core qualities of spiritual maturity, faith, love, 2 Peter chapter 3 talks about those, the fruit of the Spirit. Talks about those characteristics and armor that we put on in Christ in Ephesians. But faith, love, hope, all the fruits of the Spirit are part of being and living like a child of God. So we need to apply these biblical principles, apply them personally, way before we start trying to apply them to other people. What are our core values as Christians? You thought about that recently? What are the core values of your home? what they should be.
Integrity. Without honesty, we're nothing. Should be justice. We should do the right thing and teach our families to do the right thing, no matter who's looking. We need to practice forgiveness because it's part of the teaching of God. And we realize in forgiveness that we've sinned against God and we need to be forgiven by Him. Humility, as we realize that we're all created in the image of God, which elevates us, but everyone else is created in the image of God, which elevates them as well. Humility is we're all here on this earth. All of us have sinned and come short of the glory of God, and all of us need what God offers in Jesus Christ. These are basic foundational principles. And if we get people to do the outward things, but we don't practice integrity, justice, forgiveness, and humility and love, then it's just that clanging cymbal that 1 Corinthians 13 talks about as it talks about love. It's just a clanging cymbal, and I've seen a few clanging cymbals in my life. And I pray to God that my relationship to God and to others isn't a clanging cymbal, but it's an example of what it should be. As you look about the relationship in the local church, God's called us together. Many of us have worshiped different places at different times in our life, but wherever we are, where we are, we need to bring out the best in each other, help one another go to heaven, be examples of believers, and do everything we can to help those that we work among, but also to do everything we can to help those that we have the opportunity to meet and greet in life, to go to heaven to be with God. It's a lifelong journey. It's a wonderful journey. If you're not on the journey, you have the opportunity today. Water's ready, even heated. We have the privilege of being baptized into Christ. If you're in Christ, take the lesson today. Don't be content. Don't allow yourself to become stagnant, but grow and mature and look forward as you have that day to be with God in heaven when this life is over. You need to respond to the gospel message today. If so, we invite you to come. We stand and sing.